Hey, crypto traders and investors, it's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ Stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Today is Monday, July 22nd. Hope you had a great weekend. And in this video, we're going to be discussing some exciting news. Ethereum ETFs have been approved by the SEC to start trading tomorrow. So Sol and XRP, could they potentially be next? Solana and XRP ETFs, I think that's very, very probable, and more than likely going to see like a Cardano. We're probably going to see a basket of different ETFs as well, which could have maybe the top 10 by market cap, top 20, top 50, etc. So it's an exciting time ahead, and I think that we're going to enter full blown. We're going to look at the details of this, but I do think that we're going to enter full blown alt season here over the next few months, and we've got Biden dropping out of the race. There's talks that Kamala Harris, if she does run for the Dems, that if she picks her running mate, vice president, there's a lot of speculation and rumors going around that they're very pro-crypto, no matter who she ends up picking. So we could see the Dems do a complete 180 on crypto as well, just as fast as Trump did, right? We know that last time he was in office, he was like, I only believe in one currency, and that's the dollar. And now he's getting behind crypto. And we'll see the Dems are also backing MJ as a way to sway young voters. But I do think that they could potentially use this, Biden dropping out and a new person, whether it be Kamala Harris. We know that she received multiple endorsements. Pelosi also endorsed her today, and the president. So we'll see what happens, but this is looking good. We could even see Gary Gensler resign or get fired, which would only add fuel to the fire. I think these ETFs are going to be huge. We could see a settlement with the SEC and Ripple, which could add fuel to more of an alt season rally. Stablecoin legislation, there's so much to look forward to. Before we get to it, though, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future live streams or when I post new content. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and you should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. I'm going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. And just in case we ever get censored here on YouTube, it's nice to be on multiple platforms as well. Before we get started, I want to thank our sponsor of today's video, and that's BitGet. BitGet is a leading crypto exchange with over 25 million users and 10 billion in USDT in daily trading volume. BitGet also offers a variety of trading options and has the largest crypto copy trading platform. BitGet also has great transparency with industry-leading proof of reserve ratios. If you'd like to learn more, please visit the link in the description. You can earn sign-up bonuses by using our link, and it also helps the channel out. This is a paid promotion and collaboration with BitGet. Jumping into the news, Cointelegraph reports that breaking spot Ethereum ETFs to begin U.S. trading on July 23rd. This was to be expected. We were already basically expecting this, and it was just basically confirmed 100%. So again, not really anything new, but nice to see that we have the official confirmation from the SEC. So the approved spot Ether ETF applicants include BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, and are expected to bring billions of dollars into the ecosystem. We've seen what Bitcoin ETFs, spot ETFs have done for Bitcoin. And we're going to see something similar on Ethereum. I do think that there's not that much upside left to be had this cycle in Bitcoin and Ethereum, so I'd be very cautious. I think what's going to happen is we're going to see a Solana, an XRP, a Cardano, a Litecoin ETF potentially, right? If Litecoin is just a fork of Bitcoin, it's essentially the same thing. Why not, right? And there's a lot of people speculating that SEC and Ripple are still battling it out. They can't launch an ETF. Well, Larry Fink from BlackRock said it best. Just because it's a security, not saying that XRP is, because we know it isn't, and that was the ruling on July 13th, 2023, that it in and of itself wasn't. But even if it were a security, right? Even if there is something that's a security, that doesn't mean that you can't have an ETF. There's tons of ETFs in the US that have securities in them, right? So, I don't really understand that argument. So we'll go through the details here. Exchange-traded funds have been given the final approval to begin trading in the United States on July 23rd. On July 22nd, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission approved the final S-1 registration statements necessary for their launch on the respective stock exchanges, including the NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, Chicago Board Options Exchange. The successful spot Ether ETFs issuers include BlackRock, Fidelity 21 Shares, Bitwise, Franklin Templeton, Van Eck, and Invesco. I used to work for Invesco once upon a time. It comes 2 months after the SEC greenlit their 19B-4 applications on May 23rd, approving a rule change allowing spot Ether ETFs to be listed and traded on their respective exchanges. The BlackRock issued iShares Ethereum Trust will be listed on the NASDAQ, while the Grayscale Ethereum Trust will be listed on the NYSE. And at the end of the day, they were losing votes to the other side of the aisle, and they're just doing this, in my opinion, to kind of gain that popularity back. And like I said, I just posted a video as well on Kamala Harris replacing Biden, and it was an MJ video. They're probably going to use MJ as a way to sway voters as well. I was actually looking into it, doing some research. There's about the same amount of Americans that own crypto versus consume MJ. So that's an interesting stat, and I actually think it favors more MJ. And if you recall what the Liberals did in Canada, they said that they were going to make a promise to legalize MJ, and they did, and they won the election, and they've been in office ever since. We'll see if the U.S. follows a similar playbook, and the Dems. But we haven't really officially seen who's going to replace Biden. We got multiple endorsements of Kamala Harris. A lot of skepticism that she's going to be the one to replace him. We also have RFK running independently. I can't see him joining the Dems, but we'll see what happens. Mark Cuban was kind of rumored to be in the mix as well. That'd be something to see if he were able to step in. But I don't know. At this point, we can't speculate. We just have to wait and see. There's only 3.5 months left before the elections, essentially, so we don't have to wait very long, right? And then once we get the official confirmation, depending on who it is, we should see another added boost. And then Biden's withdrawal and ETFs could boost crypto. And again, Gary Gensler potentially stepping down or getting fired from the SEC, or maybe he gets promoted to a different role. All of these things could potentially impact it. And then if we see multiple ETFs approved, baskets, I think we could be in store for one of the biggest alt seasons in history. And it generally starts with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if we start to see Bitcoin and Ethereum run, watch for Bitcoin to, there's a monthly bull flag on Bitcoin targeting about $160,000. If that does hit, maybe if we hit 140, 120, but, I think we're going to go north of 100,000 on Bitcoin this cycle. And then after we get above 100,000, whether we go to 120, 140, 160, then once it starts to top out and we see that one more final move, I think we easily see another 50 to 100% on Bitcoin before the cycle's over. But once you start to see Bitcoin up about 50%, 100% from current levels where we are now, which currently Bitcoin is sitting at 67,500 and change USD. If we see another 50 to 100% of upside, I think that's pretty much all we're going to see. And then we'll see rotation out of Bitcoin into Ethereum. Ethereum could potentially see a sell the news into tomorrow. We'll see. But it is a daily bull flag that was confirming on Ethereum, saying that we're targeting just over 4,000, so $4,098. And see, we had our low, high, brief high or low here. And if we take our measured move, anything above the 0.32 fib there was a potential bull flag. And in order to confirm it, we just need to break the high of the bounce, which is at 3,563. Break that, then we continue to see that bullish continuation follow through. And like I said, we could see another, we'll go in terms of percentage, about 15% from here. In terms of the weekly time frame, we just said a stochastic bull cross, but we're still a ways away before we see that MACD. So I'm adding a little bit more probability to the fact that this could be a sell the news into tomorrow, and then into the end of the week, we more than likely get something official in the next few days, maybe into next week, on who's officially going to be replacing Biden and running. And then the vice president, all that stuff will play a factor as well. In terms of the weekly moving averages, we did hold all of our weekly moving averages here, and we're still well above all of our weekly moving averages, so there's no major red flags whatsoever. We're also above all of our daily moving averages, but one thing I am a little concerned about is the fact that we could see a death cross here with the 50 above the 200-day moving average, and that could be set to cross here over the next couple of weeks. So again, adding a little bit more confidence to the fact that we could see this as a sell the news, maybe one more flush down on Ethereum, and then into the end of the year here, we could even see a pullback in the broader market, the S&P 500. We know tech has been a little weak as well, but I do think that we could see a pretty hefty pullback, maybe 5-10% on the S&P 500. Obviously, that could translate to anywhere from 15 to 25% easily downside on some crypto, right? Depending on the size of the market cap. But at the end of the day, I think, like I said, leading into the end of the year here, we have all the stars aligning for some of the, it's hard to fathom how much, what are we going to get? We're going to get 5 trillion. We're going to get 10 trillion in market cap in the entire crypto space. I do believe, though, that we're heading into the biggest alt season in history, and it's going to create generational wealth. And happy to have you here on Pow Group on the Pursuit of Wealth as we look to capitalize on this massive wealth transfer that could be coming our way in just a few short months. All right, going in it there. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. Will you be buying any of the Ethereum ETFs? Personally, I'm not going to be buying any Ethereum or Bitcoin ETFs. I'm going to be holding off, waiting for the XRP one. And at this point, you just have to ask yourself, how much are they going to use these ETFs as exit liquidity, right? To pawn it off on retail and get them to buy the top and then crash the market into a multi-year bear market, right? That's what I think is the most likely scenario. But I do think that we have one more final push up on Bitcoin, and then alt season and alts should go absolutely bonkers. All right. Hope you have a great night. It's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you again on the next one.